Hey y'all, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of A Let's Find Out.
Find out.
It's me, Arnold, and our co-host Tudo Coop in here.
Your boy in the building, back in the building.
Coop ready to go out. Coop going out. Tell me you going, bro.
Oh man, I can't put that out on camera, bro. But, you know, I'm gonna pop out.
He going out, yeah.
I ain't gonna put that out here. I'm a real private guy.
Luckily, they ain't got the mandate no more.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely not vaccinated. If you are, that's on you. You know.
Because y'all wouldn't be able to get into anywhere if they had the mandate going right now.
I mean, that's in the city. I wasn't going in the city, so.
Oh, you was gonna stay low key. Hey,
yeah,
honestly, I think that mask mandate, actually having to wear the mask is karma. I figured that out today. Wearing the mask, that shit's karma, bro.
You think so?
Yes, because I had somebody that always used to come up and talk to me at work, bro, and their breath be stinking. You know what I'm saying? Well, when they was talking to me today, they had their mask on, and you could see it in their eyes, like, yeah, you smell that shit,
right,
huh? That's karma. Like that stinking ass shit that I always gotta smell when you're in my face. Now you gotta smell it. Don't never come and talk to me again if your teeth ain't brushed. Yeah, and I know a lot of people out there, they feel that shit because, man, like I know wearing the mask, a lot of people step their toothbrush game up. You step yours up, well, I be mouthwash gummed out.
You know what I mean? Like I got a huge pet peeve with people who got bad breath. You know what I mean? In my opinion, people with bad breath got the most shit to say.
Literally.
Like, God damn, like you don't talk. I don't know if it's just like I get like a bad sensation every time they talk, so it sticks out more. But you know what I mean? Like, damn, like you want to whisper like, stop, bro.
All them H words.
Right. H and S is just
Jesus
busting your ass, bro.
You sitting there like, oh my God, man, this ain't even right. And they got so much to talk about. You like, okay, yep. Mm-hmm.
And then they love to get all up close and personal too. You know what I mean? Oh man,
coffee breath.
Yeah, that coffee. You know what I mean? I'm a victim of that. You know what I mean? I'm a coffee drinker myself. I'll be having that coffee breath, and I decide to drink the coffee when I'm popping in the office or something. But man,
as long as they know about it, I think people that got bad breath should go to jail.
Go to jail? That's a little extreme.
You think so?
It's a little extreme.
Why? That ain't that extreme. Kim Potter, she just got 2 years. They ain't gonna give you that much time for bad breath. They give your ass a week tops. You need a week tops.
No, I say you just put them like in a toothbrush seminar class or whatnot. But you know what I mean?
Jail.
You know, shit. Kim Potter might as well got arrested for bad breath. You know what I mean? That little slap on the wrist she got. You feel me? Like, man, there's people locked up more time for, you know what I mean, weed. Like, and that's crazy.
Forever, you going to jail forever.
And she took a life at the end of the day. Like, you know what I mean, you took a life. You know what I mean, 24 months is not going to suffice for taking a life at all. Like,
and I think the maximum, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the maximum for what she gets second-degree manslaughter, I think it's like 10 years. I think the max you can give somebody is 10 years. They ain't even get her 20% of that time, and she ain't even got to do that for.
You know, it's like, cause she got a badge on. And, you know, she looks good in front of a jury, you know what I mean? Because things are going to go well for him.
I think they need to stop. Like, if they're going to look at that, like, situational, like, we're all doing that, why they don't look at everybody's situation? You know, when they get locked young black and brown people up, or a lot of people up here, like, you stealing something out the store. Like, look at their situation. Like, what's their home life living like? Right. Do they look at her like, oh, well, she was a cop on duty, and man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. She need to get the time that everybody that gets second degree manslaughter get.
Absolutely, like everybody does need to be judged the same, but unfortunately, like our justice system wasn't built for, you know what I mean, our people. You know what I mean, the justice system was built, you know what I mean, for Caucasian people, white people. It wasn't, you know what I mean, built for us.
Yeah, true. Did you vote?
Like, did I vote? Yes, I did vote.
You did?
Unfortunately,
who you vote for?
I'd rather not.
Yeah, then shut up. I know who you voted for. I know who you voted for.
I'd rather not say.
I don't think y'all can say anything about the times that people getting in jail.
You know, so yeah.
Considering y'all put them in an office that's responsible for a lot of that shit. Y'all love y'all somebody, didn't y'all? Boy, Kamala is y'all. Hey, I rocks with Kamala though. I misjudged her when I first heard about her though. I kind of misjudged Kamala the first time. You know, you hear a lot of stuff And then you like, she did what? But the only thing I don't agree with is them saying like, oh, she was doing her job. No, because that's the same thing that you could say about Kim Potter.
Like, I feel like this election, a lot of people had their hands tied. You know, it's kind of like, do you want, you know what I mean, pick your poison. Basically, you know what I mean?
I would have rather just took the poison we had, considering these gas
Pick your
prices.
poison, man. Yeah, these gas prices, man. Biden, you need to hit me personally. We need to talk about that, man. These gas prices.
Get my line, bro. Right, we need to talk to you about that.
We need to have a real convo about that, man. These gas prices is a little outrageous at the moment.
Up through the roof. And you gotta be a millionaire to be able to afford this.
Man,
like you gotta be on a football team. That should drive like these prices for gas drive you crazy. Like you go crazy with these. That
$20 ain't $20. Ain't $20 in it no more. Man.
Right.
You put that dub in your car, you getting a little over a quarter.
Remember you ride with your boys, you like, yeah, everybody give me $5. Now everybody got to give you 20.
Right.
Like everybody run me a dub so I can put some gas in this car. Well, this motherfucker ain't gonna go no more.
Right, man. You gotta get you a fuel efficient car nowadays, man. Like times is getting real rough. This inflation, you know, times is getting really rough right now.
What kind of car? Like if you had to pick between the what they call them eco-friendly cars, what kind would you want? And even if I'm gonna even add like there's a car out there right now that's not eco-friendly.
Yeah.
If they could make it eco-friendly also, what would be your car to drive?
My car for the eco-friendly would be the Toyota Prius. You know, even though I'm like the same size as that car. You know, it's like
you could pick something else.
No, I think I'm gonna take the little Toyota Prius. You know what I mean? Get A to B really efficient. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to add for Toyota. You know what I mean? They make some really efficient vehicles. So you know, that'll be my route to go if I'm going eco-friendly, straight efficient.
So you them people that I have to drive past like this. Behind the left, this thing can't go over 50.
Hey, that's cool. You know what I mean? That Toyota Prius gonna get me to that same destination you going.
I get there. You know, luckily there ain't no holes there, because if I get there, they gonna be gone by the time you get there and your little putt-putt.
Hey, I'm gonna fill that motherfucker up.
With air.
We gonna fill that Toyota Prius up. We in there. We out there. Come on, man. I was a shorty riding a Chevy Cavalier. Had that motherfucker filled up, bro. You tell me I can't do it in a Prius now? Come on, bro. Had the little Chevy Cavalier back in the day.
I'm not saying like when you get out you can't get them, but by the time you get to where you're going in that slow ass Prius, they gonna be gone.
You know, I'm gonna be happy. You know what I mean? At that gas pump too. You know what I mean?
That gas. And I'm gonna have all those in the car. Like everybody gotta give me $20.
Right.
We should have rode in the Prius.
Come on, we still going.
Right.
We still rolling. Hey, it's a marathon, not a sprint, man. Keep that in mind.
Right. We gonna be sitting at the gas station just
pedaling. The early bird get the worm. Remember, the second mouse get the cheese.
What?
Early bird gets the worm first, but remember the second mouse gets the cheese.
The early bird gets the worm, and the second mouse gets the cheese.
Yeah, because the first mouse got hit on the rat trap. So the second mouse comes in. See, look.
Mice are stupid. They both going for the same rat trap.
So they're like, "Ooh, yeah, you go first." Snap. That motherfucker can't snap twice.
Right, you know. Black dudes nowadays, if you come help me, neck stuck. And you on this, you on your own, bro.
It's the crab in the barrel effect. You know?
Yeah.
You know, you always, you know, I mean, that's always gonna be what it is. You know, the crabs in the barrel. You know, you gotta be careful when you reach back and help out. You know, some people that cry for help. You know, you just gotta let them figure it out on their own.
Yeah, true. Well, honestly, that's why I kind of stay away from a lot of people. You know that, like I don't really mess with them because I don't really help a lot of nobody.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not a helpful person. I think it's weird that a lot of people come to me for advice about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I feel personally,
yeah,
I'm bad at giving advice. Like, why would you listen to something I'm telling you? Like, I don't even like listening to me. The shit that go through my head, I'll be like, Am I crazy for thinking like that?
I know I ain't coming to this motherfucker for no advice.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, bro.
Come to this motherfucker for advice. He gonna feed into every toxic thought that's in my mind.
Yep. I do it. yeah, like if I was you, I'd do that shit. Like honestly, because that's exactly how I would feel. Like I'm giving you all the wrong advice. You think I was wrong, bro?
Gassing me up, putting the big battery in my back.
Man, hell no. He's like, I had to, I snapped off, man, and did such and such. Hell yeah, I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, see, that's some toxic friendships there. This guy gassing you up.
Right, you into it with your girl or something like that. You like,
oh, no.
Man, you think I was wrong for cussing her out? Hell no, bro. You should have threw something at her. Like, what happened? Yeah, what happened with you and your girl? Yeah, man, she ate the last Dorito. It's like I would have.
Hey man, it gets real over those Doritos.
Yeah, toxic for real. And that's why I say that feminism shit is out the window. When you fighting with your girl,
For sure.
you toss that shit clean out the window. Ain't no such thing as feminism when you into it with your girl. Whether hopefully you're not getting into it with her physically. Niggas most likely lose. Secondly, if you arguing with your girl,
Yeah.
Feminism or being a feminist, they throw that shit smooth out the window. You had them, they be saying all that different type of shit. Oh, I'm a woman, and men are toxic, and men are toxic masculinity, and all that weird ass shit, and we're better than men, we can do everything that a man can do. I have no problem with a woman saying that.
Absolutely.
Say that all day, every day. But when I say all day, every day, stand on that shit. So if we get into an argument, and you cussed me out and I said get the fuck out my face and the police show up, take her. She's the violent one. Right. I ain't did shit. Take her. But no, that's when they like, oh, I'm a woman and he called me stupid and told me to get the fuck out of his face. And like, man, she threw everything in this reason that this house is tore up, because she threw everything in here at me. And then they be like, sir, you gotta come with us, and that's when you get mad. What the fuck I do? Yelling and shit at the police. This is some bullshit. And now you're really in trouble. See,
I've been in that situation before when my shit was like literally getting thrown out in front of the police.
And it's like,
and I still had it.
They still take you.
Like, hey, I mean, it's like, yeah, you might just gonna get up out of here, brother. You know what I mean? Like, we can't do nothing about her. We're just gonna get up out of here. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey,
that's what I'm saying.
You know?
Like, if all this, like, I mean, women should get equal pay. You know what I'm saying? They should be treated with respect. But if we gonna play the equal role, take her ass to jail. When she get irate, take her. Take her, officer. Sure. Take her.
I feel like it's either take both of them or take none of them.
No, take her. Like, whoever said the worst shit, like if it's just a verb, because they take us when it's just a verbal altercation, and you gotta come with us. What? So if she say, like, that's when, if we being equal, ask who said what. What happened? Man, I came in the crib, she got to tripping on me, you know, and I told her chill out with all that goofy ass shit, and then she started saying I was a stupid ass nigga, and I ain't gonna never be shit, and that's why she should have fucked so-and-so, her life would have been done, and she said she was gonna burn my clothes up, she tried to bust my windows out, she said that she was gonna bust my windows out. If I say all that and all I said was, man, get the fuck out of my face. Take her. She's a violent one. She's provoking violence.
Absolutely.
So if you take her, we going along with exactly what the fuck I said. Get her the fuck up out of here. Get up out of my face.
Absolutely. She's an aggressor, but you know what I mean, in the society we live in, you know what I mean, especially as black males, you know what I mean, we're never, you know what I mean, in favor of the cops, you know what I mean, we call the cops in, you know what I mean, we still gotta be the ones to
go into jail.
Like, you know what I mean, which is still kind of crazy, but hey.
That shit fucks with your psyche a little bit. Make you feel like soft.
Yeah, for sure.
In your own home, like you be walking on eggshells.
You know, so like that, you know what I mean, we kind of, you know, we got second thoughts about anything involving the police. Like I don't even gotta be doing nothing wrong. I see the police going one way, I'm going the opposite way, just because I don't want to encounter them. You know what I mean? I ain't scared of them, or you know what I mean. I'm just not out here living wrong like that. But I just don't fuck with them at all.
And then they be asking, where you headed? Away from you. Why'd you run? You know why the fuck I ran. Like, you know, asking no stupid shit.
Because you was chasing me.
Right. Why you run? Why you think? Name the last nigga that just sat here and didn't get his ass whooped or shot by one of y'all. Like, no.
Yeah, you know, and that's a sad, harsh reality. You know, like every time a black male encounters the police, there's a chance that you could lose your life. Which is also, you know what I mean, another reason why, you know, I'm gonna stay away from them folks. You know what I mean? Yeah, them just, you know what I mean, not, you know what I mean, this is not for me. You know what I mean? If you pro police, you blue lives matter. You know what I mean? That's good for you. But me, I'm staying away from them people. You know, I ain't, you know what I mean? There's never been a good outcome. You know what I mean? I've never seen anything positive happen. You know what I mean, from the police.
Especially lately. I mean, I respect good police officers, but they also lose my respect because they don't stand up to be a good police officer when they see something going wrong.
Right.
You know, like there are good police officers out there that do their job the right way, but you lose that credibility when something wrong happens and you stand on the sideline, like George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? The cop that choked out George Floyd wasn't the only cop there. Yeah. So if you sitting there and you watching something like that happen, you might be a good cop. Everybody might think you're a good cop, but if you something like that happen and you just think, all right, well,
nah, you know buddy, they need to lock up the rest of them cops.
All of them, right? Like you just wouldn't the same way that they said, Kim Potter, like she's a police officer. Basically, she's above the law almost because you got 2 years for second-degree manslaughter. So the same way that they held to that, they should be held to the same standard when something bad like that happens.
For sure.
Like, you ain't do your job, man.
For sure. You know what I mean? We definitely need police reform. They definitely need to be held accountable because at the end of the day, they're humans just like we are. They make mistakes just like we do.
You can't have no mistakes when you're working that type of job.
And they need to be punished just like, you know what I mean, any other person standing in front of a 12-man jury. You know what I mean?
Because if I was a doctor and I took a woman's kidneys or something like her ovaries out and she just came in there to get a normal checkup, and I done sliced her open, took her damn ovaries with me, I'ma just, hey, look, my bad. I'ma be able to do that?
Oh, no, not at all.
No, they're not gonna be like,
you're gonna be held accountable.
You helped so many people being a doctor, they're gonna be like, you got to go. Right? If I'm
for sure.
If I'm driving the medical, I don't want to say ambulance driver, because, you know, I can't say the fucking word as me and
ambulance. Let's call them ambulance.
The emergency assistance.
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
There you go.
An ambulance driver. And I got somebody dying in the back. And I'm like, I'm hungry as hell. Yeah, all right. And I stop and grab something to eat and they died in the back. Am I going to be like, yo, he usually get there. So we gonna give him a break.
We gonna cut him a little bit of slack.
Cut us some sleep. He usually make it on time. But he was hungry. They're not gonna say that.
I mean, honestly, I feel like punishment should be even more harsh for them. You know what I mean? They're
walking held to a different standard.
Right. You know, they're walking around with, you know what I mean, loaded weapons 24/7. You know what I mean? They're liable to kill somebody 24/7. So yes, I feel like they should be judged a little bit more harshly. Like they shouldn't be judged with the same, you know what I mean, 12 like random peers. Like
and then they have their own investigation team investigating their crime. Like
they're investigating their own crime.
Next time I get drunk, I'm like, yo, call Coop and tell him to come check this shit.
Tell him to come check out my investigation.
Come look at this shit and see what happens, you know? That's the same thing. Like, you to kill somebody and your homies get to come and check the crime scene.
I'm gonna take this, Lord. I'm gonna take this right here.
Yeah, she ain't do what they said. How you even mistake a gun and a taser? The weight difference on both of them, like there's
you can't, and one of them's big and one of them's big and orange, like, you know what I mean, and you put your equipment in the same spot, you know what I mean, like I know in my left hand I got a water bottle, in my right hand I got a cell phone. I can close my eyes, I still know what's going on.
All niggas know their cell phone.
I'm not trying to hear that. It's just like a cop know where his gun and his taser at all times because they're thirsty to shoot. They know what's up. You know what I mean? Like, that's not no excuse. They need to be, you know what I mean, held accountable for that.
That shit messes with your anxiety. It makes you, like, fidgety.
You know, they running around like cowboys out here, you know what I mean?
Because that's where they come from. Ain't like, that's basically, no. They used to have, the police come from slave catchers.
Yeah, I heard something like, well, I won't say I read something like that, you know what I mean? They said it was like, they were slave wranglers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they
and
round
they
up the
just
slaves.
gave them badges and shit like that.
You know, but, you know, it's basically the same thing. They riding around looking for niggas, you know what I mean? Looking for niggas to kill and, you know what I mean, lock up. It's the same thing. They still trying to wrangle slaves, you know what I mean? It's just the change is a little bit different now.
The laws stated different.
Right, the change is just a little bit different. You know what I mean? They dangling that carrot in our face, which is, you know what I mean, a few dollars. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? They can round us up.
Yeah, that messes with your anxiety, just your mental health. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
already you got this stigma on you as being a man, regardless. You know, you already have kind of a stigma on you, like, so you kind of going through life walking weird. You know, as I told you today, like, I don't like the term toxic masculinity because I think they don't use the actual definition of the word masculinity correctly. You know, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. You just talking about a overzealous person, somebody that's just overdoing it. That's a toxic person, but there's no such thing as a toxic masculinity. Because they appoint it as like, oh, when you a guy and you grabbing a woman and that has nothing to do with masculinity. That's just a dude that don't know how to talk to women. He's a messed up individual.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
there's no such thing as toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's just him, you know what I mean, not respecting boundaries. You know,
right, like you're not acting as if you was a man. Any man that has any type of masculinity, you know how to approach a woman.
For sure.
Your masculinity gonna show you that. You ain't got to grab her. You ain't got to be disrespectful. That ain't got nothing to do with your masculinity. That's just a terrible upbringing, and the way you carry yourself is bad. Because you got women that's pushy.
Yeah.
We gonna call that toxic feminism? No, but because they doing the same thing. It has nothing to do with your masculinity.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's like we preach like these equal rights and stuff, but it's like we got a certain microscope. Us men got a certain microscope on us, but you know what I mean, women don't got that certain microscope under them as well, which is not fair. But that's the world we live in. You know, like everybody's got to roll.
You
with
can't
the
tell a female to make you a sandwich because then like, it ain't 1950, which it's not. You're right, it's not 1950, but you can't call me a toxic man just because I did something. You can't say somebody has toxic masculinity because they did something uncalled for.
For sure.
I mean, I'm not saying what they did was right, but you can't put that stigma on all men. That ain't got nothing to do with how you be a man.
Yeah, because honestly, when I hear the word like masculinity, I think about like men as a whole.
As a whole, just being a man, representing, that ain't got nothing to do with being a man. We all talk to women differently. We all carry ourselves differently. You know, that ain't got nothing to do with your masculinity. Masculinity is actually like, if you were in a situation and you saw a woman or a child, something happening to them, your masculinity will make you stand up for them
and protect them.
Right.
Absolutely.
The same way, if a woman was to see you hurt, whether emotionally, physically, her feminism, you know, would care for you. Like, she would know how to take care of you.
Natural caregiver. Absolutely.
Right. That ain't like her being toxic ain't got nothing to do with her feminine. Like, unless you a man, like.
So basically, like, if a woman's not a natural caregiver, we gonna call it that's toxic feminism. That's toxic feminism.
Next time a female will be like, you bitch ass nigga, I'm like, ooh, that's toxic feminism.
That's toxic feminism right there.
You get out my face. That's toxic feminism. I'm turning my head to that shit. Because that ain't got nothing to do with her.
You gonna be considered every bitch in the book if you do that.
Right. That has nothing to do with women as a whole. That's just this individual. You know what I'm saying? They're just a fucked up person.
For sure, but you know, that's the society we live in. You know, they love to group us up and throw us in boxes, throw us in categories. You know, that's just how it is. You know, because like toxic masculinity is like, you know what I mean? Like I say, I feel like they're talking about men as a whole, but just because, you know what I mean, you got a few bad apples in a bunch, you know what I mean? Like, toxic masculinity, okay, he grabbed your butt when you were out, you know what I mean? Like,
that ain't toxic masculinity.
that's just him being freaky. Yeah, right. You know, that's just freaky man. Yeah, that's you.
I will say something though. Have you realized everybody that's got Me Too'd is ugly?
I mean, I haven't really...
Every man that get Me Too'd is not the best looking man. Hey, I'm telling you right now, if who's a guy that women like Michael B. Jordan. You know, like all women like Michael B. Jordan. I can tell you this right now. If Michael B. Jordan did the same shit that Bill Cosby did, would never get in trouble. They would be like,
for
man,
sure.
we had a good ass time. We popped pills.
sure.
I knew I saw it in my drink, but hey, I just wanted to roll with the punches. You know?
Right, for sure,
Like,
absolutely.
and I respect that because if I'm out, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say I respect it. I understand it. You know, because if I'm out and there's a woman that I don't find appealing and she being overzealous or just pushing it,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if you don't get the fuck away from me, bro, go stand your ass over there in the ugly section in the dark by yourself.
Just doing too much.
Right, put your hood back on. But if it's a female that look good, you know, you can be too pushy and I might adjust like, all right, chill, but I ain't gonna be too mad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be that mad. I'll be like, hey, what's your name, shorty? You just something like that. But if you out here looking like fucking Fiona, I want to take you home tonight. Like, nah.
No, you not about to throw me.
Wait till the sun comes back up. Hey, that was how Fiona changed, right? At the nighttime, she turned to an ogre, and then the sunshine, she turned back into the princess.
Okay. I mean, that's how most women are. You know what I mean? They transform when that sun go down.
What?
You know, you watch their Snapchat story from about, you know what I mean, 7 a.m. till about 7 p.m. You know what I mean? They making cereal, making breakfast.
Mom of the Year award.
8 o'clock come
That
around. She an
sun go
alcoholic
down,
and a gangbanger now.
Autism.
Right.
Autism everywhere.
Driving 90 and a 30. Bottle of Henny in one hand. Right. Twerking out the window. It's the same thing. They transform when that sun go down.
Betty Crocker done turned into Petey Pablo.
Man.
North Carolina.
You know, crazy, that song came on in the bar last night. You know, it was an older crowd in there. You know,
Man, I knew I should have went.
They turned old man here left me hanging.
Man, I really fell asleep. I would have been in that bitch like, you know, in the robot. Come on, man, I got you.
Hey, hold me up,
Right, you told me so I can get these looks. Hey, I know you got a issue that you got. I want you to talk about Richard Sherman.
Man.
Pissing you off.
Yeah, man, like, it's just the hate, man. Richard Sherman, bro, like, stop the hate.
Talk about it. Talk.
You know, like, you I feel like you hate on anybody that, you know, man, that got their little shine, you know, like, you did your thing in the league for a couple years, you know what I mean? Matthew Stafford did his thing and won his ring. Like, you don't need to, like, kind of tarnish his career. If you don't think he's a Hall of Famer, you don't think he's a Hall of Famer, that's cool.
Right.
You know, but, like, you don't go and, like, bashing up his career and, like, his accolades, because if you stack up the two accolades, I feel like Matthew Stafford has a lot more than you. You know what I mean? He's been in the league. He's consistently been in the league for 13 years.
Right.
Richard Sherman didn't even give us a full 6. Right, a full 6.
I feel like the way Richard Sherman's career panned out, like, he should compare himself to a guy like Matthew Stafford, because we all thought Matthew Stafford was a decent quarterback, you know, and we just had to say, yo, if he go to another team, now you have to prove it, you know.
Yeah.
Went to another team, run him a ship.
Right, he proved it right. Yeah, like no matter how you know what I mean, cut the pie.
You gotta give him his credit. Like now, I personally did say, I ain't gonna lie, I did say, and I'm still sticking to that. He's not in my book a Hall of Famer yet. Now, if he keep it up, like even right now being on a good team, I don't even think he need to win another Super Bowl. But if he consistently making the playoffs, you know, or getting to that championship level, then I'll be like, yeah, he a Hall of Famer. You know?
Yeah, but I mean,
if he just if he fizzle out and don't go to the playoffs no more.
But we know it's a pass happy league, and you know what I mean. So like every quarterback stats are gonna be inflated, but like, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? Like you know that's just the way it is. Like you gotta take it for what it's worth. You know what I mean? Like I would say he's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Get it? I can let you have
the
that
numbers,
and also you did watch more games than him.
And the numbers are going to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like through the first 100 games, you know what I mean? He's broke a lot of, you know what I mean, records that guys that are in the league, you know what I mean, now are still not breaking, that didn't break. You know what I mean? And he was fed to the dogs. He did that with nothing. You know what I mean? It's kind of basically almost like the Barry Sanders story, you know what I mean? But from a quarterback, you know what I mean? Like, they got all this, you know what I mean? You got this uber talented quarterback who's throwing no-look passes, you know what I mean? But there's just not enough around him, you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. I give him his flowers. I think he's a good quarterback. But now I see he's on a team that he should be able to perform on.
Yeah.
Now he has to consistently show it.
Absolutely.
Like before, I understood why he losing. I'm not saying like, oh, they was losing because of him. I understood why he was taking L's. Like, damn Lions. Like, you by yourself.
Watch
you
your mouth now.
You can't play. It's the Lions.
Watch
You
your mouth.
can't play an 11-man sport like that and be just take a team. You know, even Tom Brady had to have like the defense got to be solid. Like, I don't need the best receiver, but I at least either the special teams or the defense, somebody got to do their job so I can do mine. All y'all had was Matthew Stafford, and sometimes he was hurt. And y'all didn't even have him.
For sure.
Y'all
You know,
suck.
big shout out to Matthew Stafford, man. He did his thing in Detroit. I'm super happy for him, man.
I'm so happy
That's
you got
my
out of
quarterback.
Detroit, bro. Even Motown had to leave eventually.
Man. and what about the
I
Bears
think the
though?
Ford plan even left.
It's like I feel like you Richard Sherman right now. Like, it's just a lot of hate. What about the Bears? Like,
I'm talking about no. Don't try to revert this. How am I Richard Sherman? Because I'm telling the truth.
Because it's like okay, yeah, y'all suck, but like look in the mirror. What the Bears doing?
Yeah, we've been in the playoffs a couple years ago. We was there. Shit, we was in the playoffs not the year before last.
Okay, so we just celebrating going to the playoffs.
Yes, because that's really all the fuck we could do.
That's what we celebrating.
Yeah, at least we ain't going 0-16.
Shit, y'all motherfuckers close.
And then one year y'all was gonna go 0-16 again. I think y'all went like 1-15. Hey, no, don't try to act all different. No, what the Bears do? Well, I can talk about the Lions until y'all win 10 games. Don't say shit to me.
What the Bears looking like when Trubisky was under center? Rex Grossman.
We went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman.
And what did he do?
He choked it. Everybody, he's a bad quarterback. We had a terrible quarterback.
And have they been relevant since?
Yeah.
No.
When we had Mr. Trubisky, we went 13 and like 3.
Then what?
Then we had Mr. Trubisky. You gotta have, when you get to the playoffs, you do have to have a quarterback. At some point, your quarterback's gonna have to win a few games.
And then that Jay Cutler, Brandon Marshall era, that was just terrible.
And Jay Cutler, man, to this day I don't like him.
That was just terrible. See,
you can't have all them weapons in that defense and not be. Boy, we should have won a few ships with that team.
I'm just putting you in the mirror right now. You know what I mean? The Bears in the same boat.
No, we are not. You cannot compare my Bears to your line.
Same, but what we talking about that championship y'all won way back on with the refrigerator?
No, because the 1 year,
with
the
the
1 year
refrigerator
that the Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl, they beat us in the NFC Championship game. And then we went to the NFC Champ. We've been to the NFC Championship game a few times. Now, I'm not giving them credit saying, oh, we the shit, but we better than the Lions. You can't put us in that boat. Nigga, y'all in the same boat as Jacksonville.
barely.
Right. Jacksonville might be in a better boat than y'all is. You right.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about the Bears.
Nah. You talking about
barely.
y'all Jacksonville.
Y'all in the
Browns.
y'all in the cellar of the NFL as well.
What's another team? The Jets. You can talk about y'all in the same boat. Y'all all about the same type of team.
Y'all in the cellar
Jets,
as well.
the Detroit Lions. Y'all always drafting 1 through 5. Yeah, that be y'all.
and y'all draft 10 and trade up to 2 and take Trubisky.
Why you got me up bullshit? I tell you what.
Wasn't you just talking about the 1-16 season? But I'm bringing up bullshit. Oh, wow, bro. This guy here, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers just can't ever dish what they
can't never take what they dish out. Bad as hell.
That's toxic masculinity right there.
Is it? That's toxic feminism. It's straight acting soft.
Right.
There.
You just pulled the same shit on me.
Exactly.
That shit, wow, bro. This man just really pulled the same shit on me. And that's what we need to come to a halt right there. We need to make that come to a halt. Absolutely.
This is messing with my anxiety.
See, and talking about anxiety, you know what I mean, we need to speak about, you know what I mean, mental health know what I mean?
Male mental health.
Male mental health, you know what I mean?
Mental health across the. We can't really
and
speak on female mental health.
And that goes back to Richard Sherman, bro. You need to go see somebody, bro.
Sit on somebody's couch.
Right. I think I'm gonna diagnose him myself with excessive hating disorder.
Hater,
right?
That's what they call it, hater.
He's just a hater, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Give my man Matthew Stafford his credit. You know, that's it. That's all.
Yeah, I'll definitely give him his credit. But yeah, that is something we need to talk about. I don't know how to go much into mental health. Well, yes, I can, because I got mental health issues, kind of. Not to the point where, like, I'm abusive or I want to kill myself. You know what I'm saying?
But, yeah, but, you know, mental health as well. You know, so, I mean, hat off to you, you know what I mean, for going and getting those things taken care of, you know what I mean, which I advise a lot of other, you know what I mean, African Americans, you know what I mean, specifically to do the same, because we were never raised to believe in things like that, you know, like, if, you know what I mean, our kids were messing up in school, they didn't, for once, think, like, maybe this kid's depressed, or, you know what I mean, or has ADHD or ADD, can't focus, you know what I mean, they just, you know what I mean, basically labeling them as a bad seed, you know what I mean, you're a bad
something
seed.
wrong with your kid.
You know what I mean, something wrong with you, don't want to, you know what I mean, take them to go get checked, right, you don't want to take them to go get checked out, you know what I mean, black people as a whole, we need to do a whole lot better with that. Because our ADHD medicine was a belt.
I think black and white people need to come to an agreement to talk about it. You know?
Do you want to talk about your experience, like with your first doctor and the...
Oh, yeah, you know what? A lot of it does rain back to that. Thanks for bringing that up. Because I went to go get checked out for my mental health, and I went to a male doctor, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nah, you fine. Ain't nothing wrong with you." And I'm like, "Nah, something wrong." And he like, "Nah, it's just because he blamed it on COVID."
Yeah.
I swear to God. I'm like, "I ain't never had COVID." And he like, "No, everybody's staying in the house." Like, he kind of dismissed it because he kind of looking at me like, "Oh, that's a guy. You a man. This is the kind of man up type of thing." I'm like, I am manning up. I'm manning up to bring my ass in here to try to get some help.
Right, admitting I have a problem.
Right.
Exactly.
So he kind of just sent me on my way. I would get out. I go out. I'm like, nah, maybe I need to just go see another doctor. You know, and then I end up going to a woman, a female doctor. And, you know, she was like, "We gonna give you tests." You know, and then she talked to me for a little bit, and she's like, "Yeah, you might be a little depressed. You have anxiety." Yada yada, like a lot of stuff, and now I'm on meds and shit though. And the meds work. I don't want to put it out there like I'm crazy.
Off his rocker.
Like,
you take your meds today, bro.
That's a daily. Did you take it?
Yeah, I do have to do that at work though. Like, man, let me make sure I take my meds. Someone fuck around and snap up in here with y'all. But yeah.
But I think the most important thing to say is that just because one doctor dismissed you, I mean, keep trying.
Man, keep trying, absolutely. You know, like, it's okay, you know what I mean, especially for a man, like, it's okay to ask for help, you know what I mean, it's okay, you know what I mean, to open up, you know what I mean, and speak on how you feel. You don't gotta, you know what I mean, you don't gotta thug through everything. You know what I mean?
And also, if you're around a male that's saying that they need, like, don't try to judge him for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of men don't want to open up because they don't want to get clowned for it. They don't want people to be like, "Oh, this nigga talking about he's sad, y'all."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga sad, y'all. Who you want to hug or some shit like that? So nigga just, I ain't finna say nothing.
That's
so,
you.
See, I'm learning. My man, I took my man today and I'm understanding.
You know how many times you called me emotional?
A lot. You emotional right now.
Man, just because
you
I
was
learned.
ready to just fight me over some white man that played for the Detroit Lions just a second ago.
Wow, now you're exaggerating. Now you're really doing that toxic feminine stuff. Now you're like, I was ready to fight you. Oh yeah, see, you locked me up. See, I'm gone. I'm gone. That's all it take right there. He was finna fight me. I was scared. I was threatened.
Wait, did you just call me a bitch?
Like, damn, I'm just holding my own in the debate.
So nigga low-key just called me a bitch. Like, oh yeah, he was finna hit me. What kind of shit is that?
Man,
that's the good shit that I'll be talking about right there.
Hey bro, you said that, not me.
He said it under false pretenses, if that's what it's called.
But no, like, that's why, you know, a lot of African Americans will grow up with mental health issues, because we do get shut down. You know what I mean? Like, hey, why are you crying? Shut the fuck up. Stop crying before I give you a reason to cry. That's a lot of things that I heard growing up. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? Toughen up, you a boy. You'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Talk, not
get
crying
over
from
it.
Them, right? Get over it.
You know.
You know what I mean? You gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Like no, like you know what I mean? We really need to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's normalize boys. You know what I mean? Being able to be emotional. You know what I mean? Because they do have emotions just like anybody else.
Don't be over emotional though. You know what I'm saying? Be like, it's a time and a place for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't want to put it out there where it's okay to always be fucking crying. Like, you don't have to be crying all the time.
No.
You know, like, but I understand, like, when you feel it, feel your feelings. You know, like when you're going through something, feel it. Because I honestly came to the realization that I don't feel my feelings. I mask them a lot. Like, I hide sadness through laughter. And I had to think about that. Like, what's the last time I've actually been sad? You know, like, when something happens that I should, like, I need to feel the sadness. I need to, you know, what they call it? Grieve about things. You know, like when something sad happens, like grieve. I'll just tuck that shit up. I'm like, man, I'll just think about the happy times and I'll just laugh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Stuff it in a pot, stuff it in a pot until that lid blows off.
Instead of being happy, it's like, I'm mad. Like, somebody got to pay for this. Instead of me just grieving.
And that's why you're on meds now.
Exactly. And that's why I'm able to say what I just said. See, he's still bottling up. He's sad right now. You see him laughing?
Hey,
he got a smile on his face. He's
I'm
sad
living my best life.
You want to cry?
Best.
You want to cry?
No, I'm good.
Go ahead.
I'm cool.
It's okay to cry.
I'm cool. I'm living my best life.
You want to cry?
I'm gonna cry. I'm trying to cry some tears of joy.
Yeah. See, that's how you mask it. You mask it by trying to fuck everything moving.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
That's how he do it. This is like, you like a real dog, like when the little pink thing come out. Like, that's how he mask his feelings. He be pissed off. I'm ready to shoot one of these. Hey, what's up, baby? Like, the nasty ass little boy, you a fucking freak.
What's my man's name from Players Club St. Louis? Make something, do something, make me feel better. Come on, man.
Do something to make me feel better.
My boy St. Louis. You feel me?
You gotta be a suck ass nigga. You gotta. I wish I would be pushing around a paraplegic and he telling me what to do.
Hey.
I'd have been dropped this nigga off on that freeway and pulled off.
That's Big Boss St. Louis.
Big Boss.
Is that even his name, or am I saying it right?
St. Louis.
Yeah, that's St. Louis.
Yeah, I think they just called him St. Louis. Like,
hey, you seen what St. Louis did to the Players Club?
Somebody had to push him through the Players Club to do it. Like, bro, how you let it? Why you push the nigga through crime? He went and he shot up the club.
Hey,
when somebody pushing him through it, I'd be like, nah, you ain't doing it. Man, get me out of here. I'd have locked this nigga's brakes.
Any man in a wheelchair willing to shoot that big of a gun, I'm gonna leave you alone. You got it, big dog. Or you want me to push you? Where we need to go?
Nowhere. You gonna sit in this car until I get us where we going.
St. Louis will be my personal war machine. What
you gonna tell the police? He made me do it.
No, I ain't telling police nothing.
That nigga got 2 limbs.
I told you I see them. I go the opposite way. I ain't got nothing for him.
Well, you gotta take St. Louis with you because he ain't moving. He gonna tell on your ass.
He on his own at that point.
Oh, now he on his own.
He on his own.
I tell you, 6'9" on you.
He on his own at that point.
He'll push you through the crime and then.
I gotta go. Every man for himself once the law come.
Oh man,
I gotta get up out of here, bro. Hey, wheel yourself on out of here, big bro.
Bro, that movie right there, that was a classic movie.
For sure. You know what I mean? So many classic lines, like, you know what I mean? A lot of, you know what I mean, icons in that movie as well. You know, Lisa Ray, Ice Cube.
A lot of toxic feminism.
Very much so.
You gotta use what we got to get what we want.
Very much so. Hey, that's just, you know. Hey, it is what it is, dog.
Well, I'm finna get in so much trouble for this shit.
Oh, yeah. You most definitely are.
I'm going down.
You most definitely are.
I'm cool with that, though.
You might have to put your hands up once you leave up out the studio.
Hey, as long as you gonna push me around like I'm St. Louis, we can keep shooting this shit.
Oh, no, your legs work just fine.
Not after this thing, not after these women get a hold of me. They gonna break my shit.
You gonna have to hire your security team after this one.
I got one.
Shit. Now the folks is coming after you. Like I said, you on your own now.
Yeah, I'm I'm out of here.
I'm gonna walk you to the cliff, but I ain't gonna jump with you.
Man, black people, boy. We was just sitting here telling each other how we supposed to have each other's back in times like this. Now you just gonna leave me hanging.
If you got a group of angry women behind you, there's nothing I can do for you.
Okay, next time you have that, and I know it's coming. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely gonna handle that on that one. Well,
okay, moving on to
we gonna
moving on to the women. Our missing girls.
Oh, we got them.
Yes, we do. Our first missing lady is missing since February 4th, 2022. Missing from Indianapolis, Indiana. Paris M.A. Williamson. Again, her missing date is February 4th, 2022. Age now 33. Missing state again, Indianapolis, Indiana. Gender female, race black. Her complexion medium skin. Height 5'11". Weight 175. Hair color black. Hair length long. Eyes color brown. Her last location seen. Paris was seen in her silver Chevy Impala car on County Line Road in Emerson on Monday, January 31st. Paris family believes that she visited the Horseshoe Indianapolis Casino in Shelbyville, Indianapolis. Circumstances of disappearance unknown. Paris Chevy Impala license plate number 394NFB is also missing. If you have any information on this young lady or any of the young ladies we mentioned before, please call 911 or what's the please call
1-800 the lost.
1-800 the lost.
Okay, and our second young lady is Nevaeh Lay Kingberg from Bemidji, Minnesota. Age 15, missing from Bemidji, Minnesota. She's been missing since October 22nd of last year, which is 2021. American Indian, Alaska Native female. She has a scar near her left eyebrow. Black hair with blonde highlights. Brown eyes. 120 pounds. She stands about 5'4" tall. She was last seen wearing jeans and unknown outerwear, so basically nobody knows what her upper shirt or anything looks like. Enrolled in Minnesota Chippewa tribe, Leech Lake Band. Nevaeh was last seen in Bemidji on the 22nd, as I've already said. She was leaving the party near Carter Circle at 1 a.m. that day, and she was later seen leaving a second home in Southview Terrace Park area alone at 2 a.m. Nevaeh was classified as a runaway at first, but in early December, concerns about her whereabouts increased. If you have any information on the whereabouts for Nevaeh, you call 911 or 1-800 the lost, and we also tag all that information at the bottom, so
Absolutely.
you can get all of that information.
Absolutely, help us get these ladies back home.
Yeah. So before we get up out of here, we just had to give y'all that information. But if y'all also, we gonna end it just right there. And just put the information at the bottom. So
And
if y'all, this has been another episode of Let's Find Out. So let's find out.
And I'm out this bitch.